Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Cancer, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Cancer, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The Wild Unknown Alchemy Oracle deck. It was really just calling to me, so I had to do it. And the Tarot of the Abyss, which I haven't really brought this deck out in a while. I'm just gonna burn some Palo Santo because I feel kind of a weird vibe. I don't know if it's a vibe in my space or what's going on right now, but I'm just gonna do that. Okay, so cards have been pre-shuffled. Gonna get the overall energy for Cancer, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Cancer, general reading. Thank you. Beautiful card. I wouldn't even begin to know how to read these Roman numerals because they're all Roman numerals. L, X, I, X, I have no idea. And the word is rotation or rotatio. So, well, we see the spider web here spinning our web, but it's not a straightforward web like we would be used to seeing. There's a lot of precision, a different kind of precision. There's always precision in spider webs, but there's something here that you've been trying to, it's almost like take chaos and put order back into it. Rotation makes me think of vibration, how things are constantly in motion. Maybe that's how you've been feeling lately, Cancer, that you haven't been able to stop. You've been so busy. Your head feels like it's spinning, just like this spider, this idea that it could just be spinning around and around. The thing about the spider is that spiders are very precise. It's like they don't expend more energy than they absolutely need to, because when they expend energy, it's very purposeful. And so I think you're doing a lot of reflecting on that now, where you've been perhaps wasting your energy or wasting your time, or the people who you've wasted your time with. And things are thank you, Spirit, and things are becoming maybe more illuminated or clarified here because this area is in color. So also it could be just filling your world with color while everything else kind of just recedes into the background. Okay, I'm hearing all sorts of, are you feeling defiant? I feel there's like a defiance energy. It's almost like, well, if they want to kind of exist in their black, white, and gray world, that's fine, but I'm going to live in a world full of color. There's some kind of oppositional energy. I'm a little bit like you're like trying to prove something. I don't think you need to prove anything, Cancer. Maybe I'm just being biased, probably, but maybe you feel like you need to set up some very clear delineation, very clear boundaries. Not in the sense that you want to isolate out people, but in the sense that you're just exploring like the depth of who you are. Perhaps because you're always used to exploring the depth of who other people are, and now you're kind of turning that attention towards yourself. I will read from the book at the end. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for the base spread. And this is just a general message. No past, present, and future. 2 of Cups came out right at the start, so I just want to show you that. No past, present, future. Just a general reading to see, get a pulse on what's going on right now. Almost, you know, and I wasn't actually planning on doing it that way, but it was almost like the Cancer Collective didn't want me to focus on the past. Like, who cares? Past, present, future, why even bother with the past? I mean, we can learn from the past. Past serves a purpose, but Cancers aren't having it right now, so I'm not gonna force it. But like I said, here we are, 2 of Cups, so there could be a very significant connection that you are focusing on right now. I did just hear twin flame, but obviously that doesn't apply to anyone. But it's more as if there's somebody that you are really intertwined with, that you are, and happily so. Unlike the being intertwined with a spider's web where it just feels like a big jumble once we're kind of trapped in it. This does not feel like something that you're trapped in. It feels like it's definitely soulmate energy. 2 of Cups can talk about divine union or partnership, or it can talk about the connection between you and your higher self, your higher aspect, your soul. That there is this beautiful symbiosis, is the word Spirit just gave to me. A beautiful symbiotic relationship of equals. And it's feeling like there wants to be equal give and take as well. I mean, I don't see that card here, which would be the 6 of Pentacles, but I feel it. I feel as though here we see the people, they have the cups. It's like we want to pour into each other's cup. There's so much love that needs to and wants to be expressed. This could be just a very, very important friendship. I can't stop staring at their, you see, how lovingly, longingly their stares are at each other. There's something to that. There could be somebody in your life where you just look into their eyes and you feel like you can see into their soul, they can see into yours. Kinship, kin. The Spirit wants me to use the word kin. So, past life connection feels very, I feel very comforted by this energy. Whoever this person is in your life, you feel so at home and at peace with their spirit. And the next card coming out, 9 of Wands. You know, it's been a long slog, a long path, a long journey to get to where you are right now. 9 of Wands, the wounded warrior. Someone who is persevered, resilient, tenacious, you know, just exhausted, first of all, but not giving up without a fight. And because I say without a fight, because in this depiction, they're holding a sword, which isn't typical. They're not in the Wands suit. They're not usually holding a sword. So there could have been a lot of thought that went into, you know, or you've been thinking about how far you've come. It's like all these wands represent experiences. So this could be like a time of contemplation for you, because, you know, 9 is one step away from the 10, and 10 is one step away from new beginnings. So this could be a period of your life, this moment right now, where you're taking stock of things, you're assessing all the lessons, all the challenges, how much you've grown, how much you still have yet to learn, what your heart is tired. You feel loved, but you're so tired. There is a storm brewing outside. I can feel it. It's getting slightly darker and darker and darker and darker. And I'm gonna have to turn a light. I think I'm gonna turn the light on, but it's 4:30 in the afternoon, so it's broad daylight, but like it's kind of it's informing your reading right now. The feeling, it's this darkness descending, almost like this. It's like imploding, and then you have to sort of find a way to rally and explode with color and light. And freedom is the word. Spirit just gave me freedom. You're the one that's rallying. 9 of Cups follows that in the reverse. So there's some things that you haven't yet received, some wishes. This is like wish fulfillment. Cups energy. There's only 4 cards on the table. 3 of them are cups, so it's really in keeping with Cancer, the Cancer element of water. Cups are all about feelings and emotions and joy and blissfulness and love and empathy, compassion, things like that. 9 of Cups in the upright talks about a sense of contentedness, being content with what we have, being grateful, which is not to say you're not grateful, but you also know that your good heart has given to the world, and you haven't quite received what you thought was going to make you happy, and you're looking for answers. Could be frustrating. King of Cups, this is Scorpio energy in reverse. King of Cups is somebody, there's the page, the knight, the queen, the king, the court cards, and the tarot. King of Cups is somebody who has emotional maturity. They're like divine masculine, doesn't wear their heart on their sleeve, but you know that they always show their love in some way, whether it's, I was just talking with a friend yesterday who is dating somebody right now who's just taking care of things around the house, like that she never had before, like mowing the lawn. Right? This is a friend of mine who's very, very independent. And so she's always done these things herself. And so she's in a relationship now where her significant other just takes care of things. He just mows the lawn, and he just, makes dinner or comes down to see her. And it's action. One might not always say, I love you, but one might show it in their action. When this card is in reverse, those are all just examples. This could be your energy. It doesn't need to be like a significant other. But when the card is in reverse, there's a sense of feeling out of control with our feelings, like nothing makes sense, or I just saw somebody stomping their foot. So you might not be stomping your foot literally, but maybe inside your heart, you're feeling a little, but why not me? Something like that. Like, when's it going to be my turn? This sucks. It's not infantile, far from it, but just to kind of, sometimes we just can't always be love and light. And that's what I'm seeing for this energy. I want to be love and light. I really, really do. But sometimes I just want to say F it. I'm annoyed. I'm tired. I've been working on myself, and it's frustrating because on the one hand, so blessed, so incredibly blessed, just surrounded by love. And then on the other hand, this sense that there's still this longing, right? I was really focused on that longing. And there's still that longingness and that these wishes that, you know, how much longer do I have to wait? So let's get some clarifiers. Let's get a clarifier for the Two of Cups. Thank you, Spirit. Page of Cups in reverse. Interesting. Page of Cups can be about an authentic but small gesture of love or friendship. The card kind of came out on its side, but I always pick up cards with my right hand, and so because I picked it up with my right hand, it came out in the reverse. I do want to mention that it kind of came on its side to clarify the Two of Cups. So it's kind of, there could be a lot of love, but there could be a conversation that has to be had, a crucial conversation. Things don't feel quite so settled. We're still in a state of gratefulness, but that longingness maybe comes from the fact that we haven't fully expressed ourselves, like there's a throat chakra blockage. What wants to be expressed? Four of Swords, that we've been in this place of rest and recuperation, that we've been taking a time out because we've been hurt in the past, that we're on the mend, but we're still a little unsure if we can fully come out of our cave, our cocoon, our safe space, our crab shell, right? For the Nine of Wands, clarifier for the Nine of Wands, that wounded warrior, that figure who is tenacious and still standing despite all. And lots of cards came out. The Four of Pentacles, the Empress in reverse, the Magician, and the Ten of Wands in reverse. The reason why we're still standing is because we're on a mission. We're on a mission to release these things that burden us. Ten of Wands, all about burden, right? 9 to the 10. We haven't quite released those yet. We might be manifesting that for ourselves. We could be manifesting this new beginning where we can just let go of everything that's taxing and bring in something new. The issue is that we may be in this a little bit of lack mentality. Four of Pentacles is like the miser of the tarot. So it's somebody who holds on really tightly to what it is that they already have. But it's almost kind of like you got to spend money to make money. You got to give love to get love. That kind of, you got to put energy out there to get something in return. You can't just do it sitting idly by. And so because we might be in a little bit of lack mentality and holding on tightly, it stifles the power of the Empress, Major Arcana number 3. The Empress is the power of all 4 queens in the tarot. It's my favorite card in any tarot deck because she's the master attractor. She's so confident and loving and giving and mesmerizing and psychic and all those things, connected to the earth. She's so connected that she can literally manifest things to her. attract things to her because she's so confident in her power. She vibrates at a very high frequency. So the card is in reverse because there's this, I feel as though there's this sense that like I've already given so much. If I keep giving more, I'm just going to completely lose myself. But what if the right person comes along and by you giving to them, they give back to you tenfold? You don't, it's almost like you won't know what you're missing until you actually kind of put your pentacle out there. I'm not just talking about finances. I'm just talking about like gestures and yourself, just in the earthly realm, in the material world, putting yourself out there, having a conversation with somebody that I like to call them crucial conversations. You know, what if there's somebody that you have a romantic interest in and you don't express that, and they're single, you're single, right? Like you don't know what you're missing until you can express it. I mean, and maybe you get rejected and maybe you don't, but at least you will have shown up authentically. It's very difficult, right? This Page of Cups it's finding it difficult to show up authentically because we've been in this recuperation period. There's complexity here, right? It's not as cut and dry as one would hope. Let's get a clarifier for the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Thank you, Spirit. Seven of Cups. So Nine of Cups, the wishes that are not yet come to fruition. Why? Because the Seven of Cups. Because there's a lot of confusion about what it is that we're wishing for. I can identify with this. It's like when I think that I'm manifesting things, and there are some things I'm manifesting, but other things, it's almost like I don't want to trap myself into manifestation because what if I get exactly what I want? You know, there's that kind of meme, that running joke on TikTok or wherever, where the girl, you know, I brought this up before, the girl is talking about, I'm looking for a man in finance, 6'5", blue eyes, trust fund or whatever. But it's kind of like, what if you actually get all of those things and then that person is just an a-hole, you know? I mean, and yet we've manifested it and it's come into our lives and we asked for it, but it's kind of like, but I didn't ask for that. I asked for certain things, but not those things. And so I always find manifestation, even though, you know, manifestation is important and clearly we've manifested things to even get to where we are in life, but sometimes manifestation can be a tricky business. And so it can be a little confusing, and I feel as though this is what you're experiencing right now. There's this myriad, the infinite amount of things you could manifest, so much so that you may prevent yourself from manifesting at all, or choosing. Maybe you do have a big selection in front of you. It's not that you need to manifest it. Hey, it's here. And yet, it's difficult for you to pick. It could be jobs, relationships. You know, who knows? It's up to you. It's how it resonates with you. But I do see this like spoiled for choice energy. Head in the clouds, not thinking clearly. And when we're not thinking clearly, it can be difficult for our wishes to come towards us. Because what is it that we're wishing for? How can Cancer help themselves in that arena? What can Cancers do to help themselves in that arena? Look at this. Look at it. Three of Swords. I asked Spirit, what can Cancers do? And the Three of Swords came out. Three of Swords is heartbreak, right? It's the place right before this energy, the Four of Swords, where we're recuperating. What were we recuperating from? This devastation and heartbreak and loss and disappointment. What's interesting about this particular card and this rendition is one of my favorites, is that the three swords are piercing this book. To me, that speaks about narratives, old, dusty narratives that you've been telling yourself that no longer serve you. It's about Spirit's advice, get rid of those. I want to talk about cleaning cobwebs. Get all those dusty cobwebs, all those negative self-talk phrases out of your head, those memories that are painful. It's just about bringing them to the surface to heal them and then to move forward from them. Spirit is saying, allow yourself to feel the pain first of all, and then to release it. Because if you keep squashing it down, it's gonna like rear its ugly head in another way, and you're not gonna like that. So it's better if you do it purposefully, right? And I'm gonna get a clarifier for the King of Cups in the reverse. It's very, very dark. High Priestess, Two of Swords. It's interesting because the Two of Swords energy is often known as being blindfolded and not being able to see. The High Priestess is the great seer. She can see everything. So it's almost like you may be feeling this lack of emotional maturity, or just this kind of stomping your foot energy and saying, when is it going to be my turn? Because it's almost like you want to avoid seeing the truth of some situation. It's your main blockage right now. What Spirit is showing me, and it's just, you know, it's a little biting because I'm also a Cancer and I can relate to this, but Spirit's showing it to me, so I'm going to say it. Cancer, you're way too psychic to not understand like a red flag when you see it. You're way too psychic and you're way too smart. But it's almost as if there's one situation, or a couple, but like one particular situation in your life where you turned a blind eye, or you just said, oh, I got to think about things. And it's like, no, you didn't have to think about things. You didn't have to make excuses. You didn't have to think about things. You already knew what the answer was. You could already see it. The High Priestess is Major Arcana number 2, Pisces energy, sits at the veil between worlds, has a connection to the divine, for sure. Cancers are heavily, they have heavy proclivity towards these spiritual gifts. So, and it's even more annoying, right? Yeah, I got all these instincts and intuition and all these gifts and psychic downloads coming through my half moon crown here, and yet I still got confused. The reason why you still got confused is because you're a human being. I mean, sometimes we see what we want to see. Just making that discernment. Bringing all that stuff to the surface so that we can move past it. So I'm going to read from the book, the word rotation. And just as I put that card down, the card started to spin a little bit, which was kind of strange. X. Here we go. Rotation. The wheel, monotony, cycles. Rotatio is the great alchemical operation of the wheel. Through its circularity, it indicates that work performed again and again and again produces results. It reminds us our efforts are cumulative, not singular. Nor is the work ever fixed or finished. Rather, the alchemist rises each day to tend to the laboratory, to weave their work into the world. It is the epitome of the alchemical axiom, idem mutata resurgo. Although changed, I arise the same. This operation is expressed through images of the circle, the spiral, and the Ouroboros, and the wheel. By its non-hierarchical shape, we are tossed back into the spin, just when we thought we had it figured all out. Though this stage can be frustrating and cause a fair amount of restlessness, it is at the heart of all spiritual practices. Let's see. If you've been repeating actions and getting the same results, this card is an opportunity to see the pattern and make a new choice, spin the wheel in a new direction. So that's your reading, Cancer. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Cancer.